drift cars. Oh, hey, Paul is here.
Hey guys, it's Paul, and we're here at the Tsukuba Circuit for an event of the Japanese D1 League. It's the Grand Prix and it's the Tsukuba stage. We are just gonna walk around the event, look at some of the booths, and naturally look at some drifting cars. Let's go!
Indeed. Like I said, drift cars. Beginning as a pastime of Japanese delinquents sliding cars around on mountain roads in the 1980s, the sport of drifting has come a long way in a relatively short amount of time. Its international status as a serious and highly competitive form of motorsport has been so concurrent with increases in the value and desirability of Japanese cars that it's difficult to say which popularized which. Did drifting make Japanese cars cool? Or is drifting cool because of Japanese cars? Regardless, drift has come to almost completely define the perception of Japanese car culture for international enthusiasts and laymen alike. When people say JDM, especially if they aren't Japanese, they're usually either talking about drifting or the type of cars and fashion associated with it. So what exactly is drifting? Well, imagine a form of artwork in which the beauty isn't how well you can draw a line, but how well you can erase one. In racing, and this is an oversimplification but bear with me, the idea is to drive the straightest lines you possibly can and keep as much of the surface area of your tires on the road as possible. After all, a straight line is the shortest and therefore the fastest distance between 2 points, and having your tires grip the road will hold you in a straight line. Any turning you do ultimately takes energy away from propelling you forward and wastes it through the tire as heat. So, from a conventional point of view, drifting involves intentionally making a mistake, breaking the connection between your tires and the road, and then correcting it so that the car slides an arc through a turn. I'm not sure how Paul feels about drifting, but I'd imagine that all of the 3 people who are paying attention right now have guessed that I'm not the biggest fan. I don't know exactly why, but I guess I feel like I'm watching people intentionally break something that's otherwise perfectly good. These are cars that could be, I don't know, getting someone to work on time or taking them on their first date or something. But how does the saying go? Opinions are like arseholes and I have one, therefore I am one, or something like that. Anyway, I'm here because I want to understand. I want to keep an open mind, and I figured seeing an event like this and experiencing the sights, sounds, and smells or whatever would give me a clearer understanding of what makes drifting so great. And I still don't get it. But I did see a display of the time, energy, and skill necessary to do it well, and I enjoyed seeing interesting solutions to problems, and even I'm not cynical enough to not enjoy seeing other people enjoy it, so there's that. What was most interesting to me was that, based on hobbyist drift cars I've seen, I have this bias that drift cars are kind of slapdash, kind of janky. But at this well-funded professional end of one of the most popular motorsports in the modern world, they're still kind of janky, and it's charming. There's this feeling that people are just doing their best with what they have. For example, you'll see Chevy V8s in drift cars in the US because they're reliable and that's what they've got. Here in Japan, it's almost all JZs because they're reliable and that's what we've got, save for the occasional masochist who's campaigning a rotary. What I didn't see on these pro drift cars is the insane camber that a lot of hobbyist drifters run, nor did I see cheap, slippery tires. This is relatively sticky-looking rubber they're burning, and they probably need a lot of torque to power slide on them.
It's not even the smell of burning tires, it's beyond that. It's the smell of disintegrating tires.
I think it smells a little bit like fried chicken, actually, and I think it's just because my brain is broken.
And yes, I do realize that a big part of the reason why I'm not into drifting is that I can't do it. It does look like it takes a ton of skill and experience that I just don't have. Even though my favorite car at the event was this old Toyota wagon with a faded senior driver sticker on the back, I had fun checking out the cars up close and taking in the atmosphere and excitement of D1. Maybe one day I'll get out there on the track and have a go myself. That might be what it takes to get me into drifting, and I'm totally willing to give it a shot, as long as someone else furnishes the tires, and the brakes, and the fuel, and the entire car.